We watch bad films
so you don't have to.
I like that rendition.
I'm your host, Ryan Hickey, and with me as always is my brother.
I'm your favorite brother,
Yeah.
Patrick Hickey. I have not really watched this film in many years, but I know it pretty good.
And my computer
And
died.
our guest with a dead compute.
Yes, is Sir Joseph B. Ziegler of House Ziegler. Yes, that's me.
We have an awesome episode for you guys
Should I
today.
get my charger or no?
No.
Alright, fuck it. I feel like we're not even be scrolling through it
Yeah.
anyway, since it was freezing locking. Go ahead.
But this is a special episode. We're going to release this early on Friday.
Which, if you're hearing it, you'll be hearing that we said
Probably Saturday.
Yeah.
So we released it today.
Today.
But this is our
Friday.
special Friday episode just for the release of Ghostbusters, the reboot, remake, whatever you want to call it. Whether you love it or absolutely hate it.
And should we not speak on it? Like,
I was just going to ignore it because it makes me fucking angry. We're going to just ignore it. You can love it or hate it. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions. But we're going to just release this and do a fun episode about Ghostbusters 2, which I love.
And Bill Murray, which I love even more.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver, whom I
yeah.
adore.
Huge fan of Bill Murray, baby.
But, take some time away from all the clickbait articles and the fucking arguing on Facebook and arguing with friends about
And the Pokemon.
whatever.
Yeah.
And just watch or listen to a review about Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah.
I liked the rhymes.
The film came out in 1989. It was directed by Ivan Reitman, written by Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis, and starring Bill Murray,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Ernie Hudson, Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd, Sigourney Weaver, and Rick Moranis. Also, Annie Potts as Janine.
Janine. That was a terrible impression.
All right, so what was the first remembrance you have of Ghostbusters 2?
This movie, Ghostbusters 1 and 2 and the animated series and Extreme Ghostbusters are a massive part of my upbringing. Ghostbusters 2, I was born in 87, so this is, I probably saw Ghostbusters 2 first, even though I don't remember all of it. Earliest memories is the bathtub scene with the slime coming out. Scared the shit out of me. Oh my god. I must have been
soap.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
It was so cool until it tried to eat Dana Barrett. But this is, I fucking live and breathe Ghostbusters. You will be hard-pressed to find somebody who is a bigger fan of these films than
My brother.
I am.
Huge.
And I
I'm
can't,
telling you, my brother and you would go back and forth.
Oh,
I forgot we had my brother's, I keep finishing.
But I fucking love this movie, and it's been a part of my life for as long as I can remember.
Yeah, you slept with the Ghostbusters sheet on your bed.
What do you mean? I did. I still sleep with things. I still have those same pillowcases that glow in the dark.
Dirty old
Thank you
boy.
very much. Same
for me,
underoos.
I was also introduced at a young age, but I don't remember watching it as much as just playing it all the time in the backyard.
Oh yeah.
And we had
yeah.
Slimer costumes, and we would wear our
Yeah, it was
Slimer
our
costumes and slide down the stairs in them, and it was just the craziest thing into
Yeah.
a bunch of pillows, running around. I was always the girl. We would play fucking Ghostbusters in the yard. I remember being Kylie from Extreme Ghostbusters because I had those little fucking disc shooters.
That was fun.
Fun nonetheless.
Yeah.
So what about you, JB?
Actually, see, I grew up in a household where my brother was obsessed and still is obsessed with Ghostbusters. So we were huge fans of watching movies, of course, and I watched the first and the Now, I can't sit here and be like, oh, I remember when I was a kid No, I just remember sitting in front, we pop in Ghostbusters. My brother and I, how we bonded was because I couldn't play with his toys, and he had that cool fucking,
the ghost
thing.
ghost
He had a bunch of other toys. He had the
firehouse.
But what's the actual toy where you capture the ghost
the trap.
Yeah, the trap.
The
He had
ghost
that.
trap.
And we got the
We had the ghost trap.
Yeah,
too,
we had the ghost trap.
Yeah.
We had the backpacks.
You
we
had.
had the slime.
I don't know if I got
I
a
didn't have
jumpsuit.
that.
I remember you had a whole.
I had a
jumpsuit
whole
and everything.
jumpsuit and the
That's
backpack.
sick. Yeah, my brother.
And you had the backpack, and we had the
screaming.
slime blower, and the ghost
I guess
trap.
you were a
Yeah,
Ghostbuster.
you guys had more
Yeah,
Ghostbusters
yeah,
shit
pretty
than my
much.
brother did. But yeah,
I had so much of it.
I grew up with 1 and 2. Like my brother was obsessed with it. I was like, oh, these are cool movies. These are awesome. I remember. I mean, I know we're talking about the second one, but the first one, I always remember the library. Like when I rewatched the first one earlier, even though we're not doing the first one, I remember
a beautiful library. I've actually
Oh my
been
gosh,
there, and
really?
it's so great to stand outside of that and just be like, "This is fucking amazing." Like,
Such
this
a-
is straight from the movie.
such
It's
a
amazing.
fucking beautiful opening scene in the first one. But even the second one, I always just remember the crazy German doctor.
He's like the best part of
He
this
was
movie.
great. I remember
He's the counselor from Adam's Family.
Yeah.
The second one, Adam's Family Values or whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
yep. I remember when the Statue of Liberty lady, and then the final like sequence fight scene with what's his name? Oh, of course, in the baby
Vigo.
on the and the baby
Vigo,
on the
the
ledge. But
Carpathian.
yeah, those were always like and like the train. I don't know. Those are all
Oh, yeah,
like
that's
good
so
scenes
cool.
that I always
Yeah.
remember. But having said that, I wanted to say real quick the budget of the film. Because I'm sorry that I had to pull. I know we don't pull our phones up, but since we didn't have the papers,
You are arrested
Yeah.
for treason of a podcaster.
$37 million it cost to make it, and they grossed $215 million. 0.4. 215.
Well,
Okay.
I was
Yeah,
going to
wow,
say.
they killed it.
Well, first I want to say that I wanted to be Garrett when playing Ghostbusters, but I didn't own a wheelchair. So if you're wondering why I was Kylie, I fucking didn't own a wheelchair. I would have been Garrett all day. Because I was Slimer for the first one.
Yeah.
I mean, who do you play in the second one except for, fucking, I would be Dan Aykroyd easily. So you're Bankman.
Yeah.
So, but I'm going to say substantial budget, and it delivered. Everybody was thrilled when it came out.
Oh yeah.
And it created a new level of Ghostbuster foundation to build upon.
I thought the first one was brilliant, though.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry. Like,
amazing.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
the fucking. The second one's great. Like I
Absolutely,
love
yeah.
this because I think that whole slime. Like I like that. Like that whole even how it
the
starts.
river of slime.
Yeah, like that's the shit that starts like freaking people out. And then like the whole music playing it interacts. I thought that shit was cool. I liked how they didn't try to do. And again, that's the problem with the '80s and late '90s and 2000 films is where when they do a sequel, they gotta triple it up from the first one. In the first one, they did so much shit in the first one, so it's like, well, how can we top the first one? Well, let's not fucking worry about having a shit ton of these fucking monsters. Ghosts. Let's just do it. Let's just do another one with a good story. And
I think that's Harold Ramis for you.
Yeah.
Like, he is a brilliant writer.
Yeah.
He definitely put things into a palpable arrangement. So it was just kind of from ease of Dana Barrett walking through the sidewalk and
rest in
Yeah,
peace.
goo coming up through the cracks.
Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis worked perfectly together
Yeah.
because Dan Aykroyd is a little crazy and he believes in all this stuff, aliens and ghosts and I mean anything you could think of, he believes it. And Harold Ramis was always the grounded one who like
the logical thinker.
the logical one and kind of pushed back. And together they made a perfect mix. Like the second movie might not be perfect.
It's good though. It
Essentially,
holds its.
But it is
carries
such a
its
good
own
fucking
weight. I
movie,
agree.
and it's so much fun, even if the end falls flat a little bit. But it's such a good movie, and I love seeing these characters back together again.
But definitely rest in peace. R.I.P. baby.
Yeah, Harold Ramis is such a great guy.
Also
And,
known for Orange County with Jack Black. Thank you for that one.
Yeah, I mean he's done so much shit.
I think the whole cast was perfect in both movies. I mean,
Yeah.
Bill Murray, big Bill Murray fan, maybe. Big Bill Murray
The
fan.
way you keep saying that,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
thinking you're going to go, Bill, Nye, the science guy.
That's funny.
This is what you do with your spare time.
All right, so, I mean, who in the film is your favorite for this particular one?
I think,
That is a good
that's
question.
hard. I think all four of them are perfect. I mean,
Shit.
'cause
Well,
I'm
love-
biased. I'm a big
I
Bill
love
Murray fan.
I forget what his name is, but the
German
museum,
He
German
did
guy.
great, yeah.
Oh, like, and everything he does is ad libbed, which is so
Really?
great. Because
Oh, I
like
didn't
one
even
of the
know that,
first
yeah.
times you see him, he goes up to a random extra and he just goes,
If everything you're doing is bad, I want you to know this.
just terrible. And he just is
He just
fucking
couldn't
great.
kill
He has
it.
so many great moments like
Yeah.
that, and it's so fun.
Yeah.
Look up that guy's name, all you out there, because I think that he stole the show a little bit as far as an evil villain goes. You know,
definitely.
Vigo, he doesn't make a solid appearance until the very end.
Yeah.
So for this other character, and I'm sorry we don't know your name, and I won't even make one up in your honor, but
Yeah, 'cause you were great.
we loved your shit. So keep on rocking, bro.
You know who I love, and he
shit.
does not get enough fucking credit. He's never been on any goddamn DVD or VHS cover. Ernie Hudson playing Winston Zeddemore. He is down to earth and fucking funny and like just holds the team together and like for whatever fucking reason he has never been on a cover of a DVD.
Oh, really?
You go back and look, it is even a fucking
You're right.
shot from the first movie of the four of them walking up the steps towards Zool.
Yeah.
They cut him out. I
Really?
have no fucking idea why. Makes me so angry because I've met him more than once and he is the nicest fucking person you will ever meet in your life. He is genuine and hilarious.
You know what the cool thing is, even like for the plot of the movies and
awesome.
everything? I love how he came in like, I don't give a shit what the job is. I'm just going to do it with you guys. And like everybody else is so
there's a steady
batshit
paycheck
crazy.
in it.
He's just,
You know what I mean?
he's got the glare. That's it.
And that's exactly what you need. Like a guy, I'm just here to fucking work.
Yeah.
Because everybody else is on their head most of the time, spinning around. I was going to say my personal favorite in both films, Sigourney Weaver, hands down.
Oh,
She
she
is
was
good.
fucking great.
She
was
adds
so good.
such
She's
a-
just a great, genuinely great actress in general.
Well, she
man.
adds
She's
a
a powerhouse.
gravity.
Not a general,
yeah,
like,
gravity
general
to
actress.
any film she's in.
Yeah.
She adds like a seriousness to it
Yeah.
that like Dana
Alien-
Barrett in the
yeah.
first movie. She is fucking like you believe her.
She's
like
possessed, and she's fucking going nuts with it, man.
Oh my god, she is so good.
But
She's
in
a
Aliens 2 was
professional.
so cool.
Yeah.
Like in my opinion, like I liked Aliens 2. Of course, there's a lot of more action and killing aliens. But she, like everybody else, was cheesy, and she was like this only like realistic like character. I was like, oh, wow.
She is going to be. I mean, she is one of the greatest actresses of all time.
Oh, yeah,
hands down.
Oh, yeah.
And
She's
Talk
awesome.
about like a body of work. That
holy
body.
shit.
Oh my god.
Oh, that body.
She knows how to make her way through films, walking in and out of roles like a goddamn model. So, she is a total fox. I do want to say that I took the kids to see Finding Dory. And Sigourney Weaver made a nice little impression on that film as well.
Did she really?
So
That's
I was
funny.
really
That's
happy.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Tying that in, I just think that it was so cool that they brought her for the second one with a bastard child.
Yeah,
You know, that was
yeah,
the mystery of this bastard child.
I always thought it was Bill Murray's kid until like
it's not. It's actually it's not definite, but it was. They talk about in Ghostbusters 2 that it's somebody's kid from the orchestra she worked in the first film, and because the only person you see is that pale guy who Bill Murray makes fun of.
Oh, that's right.
People assume like, oh, that's the
the
father.
guy.
But she
That's a good
talks
scene.
about.
That's a great scene.
Yeah.
And here I thought it was from the second coming of Gozer.
Oh, it's always that second coming that gets you. But and they talk
We're
about
out of rubbers. Fuck it.
They
Literally,
talk about
fuck it.
they talk about him. I guess he got a better job in Europe or something like that, and took it, leaving her by herself. And
In the Big Apple.
And then Bill Murray, like the man he is, comes in to check up on the baby. No, he babysits, right? That's how it happens. I was like, who am I? I'm like,
Dan Aykroyd fixing the crib.
That's right.
Bill
Yeah.
Murray babysitting.
The guy's just helping out because they're all a group of
Baby
good
ends
guys.
up on the ledge.
Yeah.
oh my god,
Bad
yeah.
baby. Well, it's bad mothering actually
Yeah,
because
kinda.
it's like
Little bit
she's
of
there
both.
with the hottie and the nerd. You know when you're like, oh, well, it's something about sexism and all this. Like in the second one, I mean, you have Sigourney Weaver who actually is like this powerful, independent woman raising her
Oh,
child,
yeah,
even though she has some guys
absolutely.
around. And then you just have that like the sexy girl who's not really even there. Is she? Yeah, she's still technically a secretary for them, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
technically.
well, I don't know.
It's
But,
office
this is
orchestrator.
the only thing I'm gonna say about this is you see all this bullshit Sony is trying to push hard saying that anyone who doesn't like the film is a sexist, which is absolute bullshit, because my favorite parts of the first and second movie and the series are Janine and Sigourney Weaver, because Janine is fucking strong,
Yeah.
she's smart, she stands up against these four guys, like she
hard as
stands
nails.
on her own, and she's tough as nails. The second movie, she's even sexier.
Oh my
She looks
gosh,
even better,
hottie.
and she's a fucking hottie.
Yeah.
She's smart, and she knows what she wants and goes after it. Even though it's Rick Moranis returning as Louis Tully.
There's the
She
man.
goes
brains.
for it.
Yeah,
I
she's
mean,
a big fan of the brains.
like, I loved the toy for the animated series. She has a Ghostbuster outfit and a pack. She's part of the team.
Yeah.
Just like Sigourney Weaver is basically part of the team. Like, this movie wouldn't be the same without these women.
Yeah.
And it's fucking ridiculous to ever say that Ghostbuster fans are sexist, because
Even though we objectify them for their sexy smoking
See,
bodies,
I don't think
I
Sigourney
just think that's
Weaver's
another
that
part of
attractive.
the appreciation, you know?
Yeah.
I could get down on Kristen Wiig too, but
I'm sorry. I really think that the whole sexist thing is
It's fucking mind blowing that they have tried to continue this shit instead of just accepting some people are gonna like it,
Yeah.
some people aren't. You can't remake a classic American film
No.
that is beloved by millions of people,
So many people worldwide.
and then
yeah.
act surprised they're upset about it.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong,
Yeah.
whatever. It doesn't matter. But it's fucking ridiculous. There's many reasons not to like the movie.
I was going to suggest that we see the new movie before making any rash decisions on it.
I will never,
I'm-
ever see that movie.
I'm truly being open minded
I
about it.
can't.
I actually
I
hope
can't.
it's good. My only critique of the whole interview, the preview, was the ghosts, clearly, because like when they did such a great job in Ghostbusters 1 and 2 without real CGI, you know,
Yeah,
and they did
yeah,
fucking
beautiful work.
brilliant special effects. I'm gonna see it eventually. I don't think I'm gonna see it in theaters. I think I'm gonna wait till it comes out, but who knows? Maybe I'm just gonna wing it and just be like, I'm gonna go see this movie. Having said that, let's go to Ghostbusters 2. 'Cause this is
Ghostbusters
why we're
2.
here. Great movie.
Ghostbusters 2 starts off with
Same
Dana
plot.
walking down the street with a baby carriage, as slime pops up out of a crack in the cement.
Yeah.
People around her are acting shitty. There's like a woman on crutches who gets knocked over by a purse snatcher and all this other
A
crazy
man
shit.
fighting a ticket, and it's just a
like
very
general
chaotic
like
scene.
showing that New York City is
Yeah.
just a shithole
White
grumpy.
cop
with a
on
bunch
top-
of angry
I'm gonna say
people.
that.
Yeah.
Keep that out.
So then they go to the apartment. You have Bill.
Oh well,
Bill,
the
and Dan Aykroyd.
Fixing the apartment up for.
the baby carriage actually gets loose and
yeah, that's right.
flies across traffic and everything. Before it gets hit by a bus, it stops dead in the street, which makes Dana call her old friends, the
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
Something's wrong. Something's off. It's really weird and creepy.
Something strange in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you have
In the
a
neighborhood. Who you gonna call?
But I love when you see the Ghostbusters for the first time. It's only it's Winston, Dan Aykroyd, and Ernie Hudson, and they basically walk in like, "Where's the problem, ma'am?" or what, and it just ends up being a fucking kid's birthday party, and they just have to sing the fucking
That's
song
right. That's right.
for those shitty little kids,
oh god.
and they're like. Okay, there's something strange in your neighborhood.
Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. How am I the only one that said that?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
This fucking podcast is shit.
Ghostbusters.
Anybody who likes and
He-Man.
subscribes
He-Man.
is an asshole.
And actually, the kid who stands up and says like, "My dad says you're full of shit." Ivan Reitman's son, Jason Reitman. I think.
Oh,
it's Jason
great
Reitman.
filmmaker. Yeah, Jason. Yeah, that's
But
right.
that's his son.
Ungrateful little yuppie larva.
And actually, that apartment that scene is filmed in is the third floor of the firehouse.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
I didn't
pretty
know that
fucking
until
cool.
fucking
Yeah.
recently, but that is so badass. But we see that they're kind of down on their luck. Dan Aykroyd and Ernie Hudson are loading up their packs, talking about, oh, what a good time they had, but they got shut down by the city
Oh, yeah,
and
that's right,
sued
yep.
by every
Tom,
whatever.
Dick, and Sally.
It literally
Yeah.
starts off they're in shit. They're knee deep in shitty depression, and they're at rock bottom. So it's
Yeah.
kind of, as far as writing goes too, I think that's really fucking cool.
Well,
You
it's
have
a
these
great
four-
it's a great way to start off the
Yeah.
movie, where they have to start at the bottom
Yeah.
and work their way back up,
Yeah.
just like they did in the first movie.
I also even
Especially for good reason, you know,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they did
Yeah.
make a pretty decent dent in the city
Yeah.
for the first
Yeah.
episode.
I wanted to say too about like you have the not to be like, oh, you have the but the antagonist is right in the fucking first frame of the shot when the ooze comes up. So I think it's, I don't know, as far as story goes, I thought it was fucking brilliant. Not
Well, then
brilliant.
you
I think
see,
that's a little harsh, but I thought it was really good setup.
Yeah, it was a
You know what
really
I'm saying,
good
so far?
setup.
Good
And
beginning.
you see
Good
when you
acting
first see Bill Murray, he is the host of his own TV show,
The dude, the bull.
World of the Psychics.
Yeah.
And he's talking to a couple psychics who think they know when the world is going to end.
Yeah.
And there's like such a funny scene. Like Bill Murray pulls it off perfectly. With the one woman who thinks she was abducted.
Yeah. You think he did a lot of improving, or no? They stuck to the whole script on that?
Well,
Because there's a lot of like even in both movies. There's a lot of times he just gets fucking crazy,
Yeah.
like especially the camera scene. Oh my gosh, you keep
Yeah.
working it, baby. Yeah, look at the
Yeah,
Dan
yeah,
Aykroyd
yeah.
sucked into his eyes. It's like what? He's like, dude, what are you doing, man? Yeah, I'm good. I'm fine. Yeah, that whole fucking
Yeah, I
scene.
think a lot of the times when you're working with Bill Murray, you're gonna let him do what feels
Yeah.
natural because
Yeah.
it brings out the best qualities in him. You know,
Yeah, 'cause
he's
Groundhog's
kind of
Day,
like
no.
a child that was never disciplined. So you just kind of like work him
Yeah.
back into the
Caddyshack, he
general
killed it.
plot.
Yeah.
You reel him back in. Come on, Bill.
His Caddyshack, they kind of just let him go, and then
Yeah.
he went nuts with. They're like, dude, he did that whole scene improv. He improv that whole damn scene. Each scene he was in, he didn't really have lyrics, I was about to say dialogue, but yeah. Good guy.
Yeah, but this is where Dana calls the Ghostbusters, brings them back into the fold, gives them something to do, and they, of course, when they come to her apartment, Venkman has slinked his way in there with them, and they have a nice reunion.
Slinked?
Slunked.
Slank?
But they have a nice reunion between Dana Barrett and Peter Venkman. And it's pretty funny, and you kind of get the backstory about the
Lost
boyfriend and who went to Europe and all that, and
Yeah.
why Bill Murray and Sigourney Weaver's relationship ended, and it was pretty funny.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's
sad
good.
shit.
I like that whole. I do like that whole scene though. That's a good scene.
Well, he did end up being a TV game show host, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
How does the baby get outside the window? The baby's like
We're
walking
gonna
around
jump
by
to
the
that.
window, fucking
We jump
crawls
all over the
out,
place.
dips in, dives in around.
Yeah, it's
What's
true.
that? A glowy ball or something?
Yeah,
Do you want to go into that?
Yeah.
we can
let's
jump
do
all
it.
over the place. Yeah, we'll just jump to the
Basically,
random scenes. Yeah.
that's later on, but
It's like literally going into Act 2, like
Janine,
Act
yeah.
3. I mean,
Fuck that.
right in the end, but that's
I
fine.
want to talk about this.
No, let's
Yeah.
just jump around.
Janine, she goes for Louis Tully, who's now the accountant for the Ghostbusters, and she brings him along to babysit. Or is it the other way around?
No, I
forget.
think,
Yeah.
okay,
No,
no,
I
I think,
think
no,
she was
they were
brought
going to
in to
babysit,
babysit
and
Tully.
Sigourney
Yeah.
Weaver's like, no, I'm
Something
not
like
going
that.
out anymore, right?
Yeah,
She's not going to go out, so then she's like, all right, well, I'll just lay the baby, and we'll all three watch a movie, or
Yeah.
something like that, and then, yeah.
Yeah, and then, but she's watching him, she's watching the baby, and her and Louis, of course, just spend the whole time making out on the couch,
Yeah.
basically. And when Sigourney comes back, Janine has a great line where she's like, "Oh, he was fussy, but we just gave him some pizza and laid him down for
Yeah,
a
that's
nap.
right,
He went
that's
right
right.
to sleep.
Yeah.
That
No
was a good
problem."
impression.
Yeah. You know who did a great one in fucking Zombieland? Emma
yeah.
Stone, is that her name?
Oh, yeah.
She does a great, oh, Harry. She did an amazing impression. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's everywhere.
I didn't know how much I liked Zombieland until I looked through my collection and I
Yeah.
saw I own it 3 times.
Oh,
I was like, what the
Jesus.
fuck?
I loved it so much I forgot I owned a copy of it.
I do that. Well, I did that with Ghostbusters 1 and 2.
Yeah, and I'm sure you get the special. Ryan is a big fan of the deleted scenes, special features,
commentary. I used to watch when I would sculpt or do whatever, doing art. I would watch Ghostbusters.
Art was
That
his
is pretty-
boyfriend back
yeah.
in college.
I was doing Art was his boyfriend back in college. That's rich.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ryan,
But I used to-
Ryan is straight. Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mary. Yeah.
But
That's
yeah, I
funny.
used to watch Ghostbusters into like 3 a.m, and then I would just put it on with commentary. And then when it was done, I would just put it on again without commentary, and just do that all fucking night, or put on Ghostbusters 2, and I would just watch them endlessly because it was just something I could just have in the background as I like sculpted and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
He was taken from
cool,
the
it's like
breast very early. Nurses to the Ghostbusters.
I never even thought about doing. I don't think I ever watched a whole film with a commentary on. I'm like, I don't feel like
love
I just put a
watching
movie on, just
commentary.
go. But now that I love like podcasts so much, I think that I should probably do it because it's almost like it's literally a podcast over.
It's so much fun to hear like these weird. Like as a kid, like I got DVDs and shit.
Yeah.
I like collected strange facts about movies.
Yeah.
But I just know. I mean, I can't fucking remember how to do division by hand.
Yeah.
But I can fucking tell you the weirdest facts about like jaywalking in the first Ghostbusters. A jaywalking ticket was $25.
Yeah.
Now today a jaywalking ticket's like $250 in New York
insane.
City.
But yeah, so anyways, all right, so yeah, the baby gets on there. She comes home, and
She
then
comes home and the baby, she goes
It's
in
sleeping
and the
nicely,
baby is actually missing. It's not in the crib, and she realizes the window is open.
But-
and she walks, or she goes out in the thing, and the baby is just sitting there walking like.
But she first comes to the baby, and the baby's in the bed. Like it's not. Remember, she comes and she's like, oh, okay.
Is it? Yeah,
she puts the baby in the
yeah.
bed, and it takes it out of the crib, puts it on the bed, and then she goes back to them sitting there,
And
then she
talks to
goes,
them, and then when
and then
she
she
goes
comes
back,
back,
something
and the
like that,
baby's
yeah.
out on the ledge.
And then she puts it back in the bed, and she goes back out, and then she comes back in, and the baby's on the ledge again. And she's like, "No, baby, get back in the crib."
Come in, you crazy kid.
Fucking babies these days.
But that creepy fucking like.
This is what happens when you give them pizza at 6 a.m. p.m.
And then the
7 p.m.
German guy shows up as a creepy like Mary Poppins looking nanny.
Oh,
with
that
a
was
carriage.
him. That
Yeah.
was him. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
with
was
the
fucking
glowing
creepy,
eyes and everything.
man.
It's fucking.
That's what I'm
crazy.
saying.
Oh
Those
my
special
God,
effects, man.
yeah.
It was scary. He comes in and
He just floats in like, yeah.
long arm and picks the baby up. No, baby. And, she's Sigourney Weaver's that chick,
Yeah.
that lady. But anyways,
basically, fuck, I don't.
just
know
jump. We
what
were just
happened.
jumping from scene
Yeah,
to
well,
scene. I wanted to
basically,
go,
That was at the end.
I
so
wanted-
let's
yeah,
go
I wanted to
back.
go back to one of my favorite
Building
scenes.
up the Ghostbusters.
When they first go because something's happening in the where the picture is or in the science where
the painting,
German guy is, and he goes in there and the Ghostbusters just
Vigo.
come in because they're not
Death
allowed.
is but a door.
Yeah, they can't.
Time is but a window.
Yeah.
I will return.
They can't really be Ghostbusters, can they? They just kind of go in there just
they
to
have
examine.
a judicial restrainment order.
So he just comes and starts taking pictures, but Bill Murray
Yeah.
murders that scene. Even though I kind of said that briefly in
Yeah,
that scene,
yeah.
but that whole scene I love because it sets up that Dan Aykroyd's kind of getting slightly possessed by his eyes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, well, that's they end up dig that hole in the middle of the street where the carriage stopped or the baby carriage stopped
Yeah.
to kind of investigate. They're getting major readings, and
Yeah.
they find that awesome, giant, glowing like river of
yeah,
slime.
of the slime.
the
Yep, and they get
bright
all covered in
pink.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, they lower Dan Aykroyd in it and everything. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that. Like the beautiful old tile work in the subway and everything.
There's two good subway
Yeah,
scenes.
it's
But
so awesome.
there's actually keep going. I'm sorry. Keep
Well,
going.
I was gonna say I love when the cops stop by and they're like, "Okay, who do you work for? We talked to Bell. We talked to whoever." They're just sitting out there pretending to be fucking like New
That's
York.
right. Yeah, they're doing.
like,
They're
workers, like-
working. We're street workers. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Well, the
Construction
guy
workers.
like telecom says the phone lines are over there, and Bill Murray's like, "Phone lines are over there. I told you the phone lines are over there. What the hell's wrong with you?"
I love. Okay, so the slime. So they get covered in slime, and then they take the slime back to the fucking place, and they start experimenting it. So they see that it moves to music. It touches the toaster. The toaster starts going insane. But oh shit!
Naughty toaster. Bad.
Yeah.
I was gonna
bad
say
toaster.
like they get arrested
Oh, I got it.
because of that.
That's right.
And they end up having to go to court, which
That's
is one of the
right,
best
yeah.
scenes in the whole fucking movie.
What's Capelli's.
Rick Moranis
Basically
is their,
throws him
is
under the
their
bus,
lawyer,
yeah.
and he's so fucking mousy.
Yeah.
And like knows jack shit about.
It basically
about-
ruins it for
yeah.
him, anyways.
It's amazing, but when he's like, she put that judicial restrangement order on my clients.
We gotta do something! Help me! Don't talk to me. Talk to my attorney.
That's me! My guys are still under a judicial restrangement order. That blue thing I got from her. They could be exposing themselves.
And you don't want us exposing ourselves.
It is such a funny scene. Like the three of them.
Yeah.
And Rick Moranis are so fucking funny in that.
Now this I
And,
actually remember from the Ghostbusters Game Boy game.
Oh,
the
yeah,
Scapelli
yeah.
brothers were one of the first people you fight. It was like, it is Scapelli.
Scaleri Brothers!
They introduced that into the Game Boy games. They have those in the new Ghostbuster video game that came out, I would say, for
my
the
brother's
360.
my brother beat the shit out of
So
that
this
game.
is one of those
Obsessed
iconic
with it.
scenes and battles that you get to relive growing up. And you
Well,
know.
I love that when they pop up out of the they pop up in the courtroom is so awesome. The special effects for them, they're clearly like guys in suits.
Yeah.
And looked fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But like I love everything in Ghostbusters. How like the ghosts are realistic but strange
and
fucking
they have
creepy,
history.
man.
yeah,
too.
like it's
They're
really
fucking
cool.
creepy. Yeah. Oh yeah, and every ghost is like, oh, this is the just okay. So I was gonna jump to the when shoot, man, I forget everybody's name. It's Aykroyd. It's
Ernie Hudson.
Yeah, Hudson and
Harold
then,
Ramis
yeah.
and Bill Murray.
No, Bill Murray's not in the. So they go down that old
yeah.
train tracks, and
Uh-huh.
they're like, you hear that? I'm getting a bad read. And then all of a sudden, all those heads are on spikes. I was
So
like, yo,
amazing.
that's. And then, Dan Aykroyd, I think it's what's his name, just staring at the face like this. Screaming.
Oh, it's Ernie
Yeah,
Hudson.
it's Ernie. He's just
sitting there.
It's a quick, like, half a second shot that all screen. He just literally look at it from a side shot. But yeah, but then, like, again, it's like, did you hear that? It sounds like a train. Literally, this train has been outdated for like 100 and something
Yeah, they're
years. When that
walking
accident-
along.
Yeah.
I love that they're wearing those yellow slickers and
yeah.
everything. Oh, this has been an abandoned rail since accident in 1923.
And then there comes the fucking
And then-
rail. And then what's his name? Oh, he just standing there.
Oh,
It goes
as the
right
train
through
is going right
Yeah.
through them. It's so
Dude, it
fucking
was
cool.
great. The other two dive,
Oh,
and he just freezes.
They
and
dive
shuts.
and they're like,
Straight
you didn't
here.
happen to catch the number on that train? He's like, sorry, I must have missed it.
Yeah.
That
But
scene
is
is
that
so
the
fucking
first
good.
time that they realized the negative effects of this slime? Or is that
No, it's the.
when they were dipped in? I
forget.
mean,
They were dipped in, and then there was a
'Cause they were
toaster, and
arguing.
they're messing with it. That's like a subtle plot point too. Like he keeps keeps messing with it until they get to, and then they realize, oh, the music fucks with it. If you paint on stuff, it can have a positive effect.
Egon and Ray Stantz are doing all these great tests with it with the toaster, like you were saying.
You worthless piece of slime! You ignorant, disgusting clod! You foul, obnoxious mob!
And I do love that, like, because of that, then it's like they're painting it inside the Statue of Liberty. I just like how both films, they had some massive monster-like creature, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, like, that was the state stuff. What the hell, Marshmallow?
State Puft
yeah,
Marshmallow.
Thank you.
More
That was the first one.
importantly-
The second one was the Statue of Liberty walking through. Wake me up! Wait, what the hell's this song? They even mentioned that, and the mayor's like, "Oh, Mayor, it's good to see you again." He's like, "What the hell are you guys? What are you doing wearing pajamas?" What's his name? He's like, "What do you mean?" That was good.
What do you want me to just get on TV, tell everyone to be nice to each other?
Yeah.
This is New York.
Yeah,
It's everyone's God-given right to be terrible to each other.
That's right. Can I say one of my
Kicking
favorite
off.
parts?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so like Rick Moranis, he freaking when he's in his Ghostbusters uniform, he's trying to make it to the scene because he's
Oh,
left
yeah.
behind, and he
That's so
pulls up on the
funny.
bus. He's like, oh, you again? It's the green slime. What the hell's its name?
Slimer.
Yeah, Slimer.
Yeah, Slimer.
He's like, oh, all right. He's like, yeah, come on in. Basically, say, get on the bus.
He's like, what is it? He's like, I didn't know you had your driver's license, but okay. And
Yeah,
he's
he's
like,
like, all right, don't do anything
just-
something. I forget what he
yeah.
says, but it's so fucking
That's so
golden,
funny.
man. It's just like this quick cameo.
the two oddball characters from the
Yeah,
film.
exactly. Yeah.
well, I
coming to the
love
rescue.
seeing him. He's got the earmuffs on and the
Yeah.
full Ghostbuster outfit, and like the doors open up and you just see him run out.
Yeah.
What
And he
an
just-
awesome guy! Could you imagine if he was your father?
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be
he was,
amazing.
you actually it was kind of sad. He stopped making movies because his wife got cancer.
Yeah, his wife
Yeah.
got cancer. When she passed away,
Yeah.
he basically, not officially, but he
Became a
basically
full-time
retired
father.
Yeah.
and became a full-time father.
Yeah,
He
'cause-
still does voiceover stuff.
Okay,
and
see, I didn't know that. I thought that was
Um,
touching, but he stopped.
it's
he
really
stopped
nice,
when
yeah.
she got cancer, right? And then after,
Yeah,
and then
he took
was
care of her,
officially-
and then
yeah.
eventually he just.
Gosh, what a great guy!
Yeah,
Maybe
I mean,
when
what
the
a great
kids are out of the
husband.
nest,
And
he'll
also,
come back to film.
because he was awesome, man.
With the new movie, which we're not going to really talk about, he's the only original actor who turned him down and said, "Fuck it," or "I don't care how much money they give me.
Yeah, I'm not
Why?
gonna. Do it.
I'm not going to just do some dumb cameo
Yeah.
that would disrespect the original
Yeah.
fans," which was
That's
amazing.
cool. I think that's cool.
But-
Guy's got a lot. He's got a lot of integrity and principles
Bill
and integrity.
Dan and Howard.
Integrity.
Yeah.
No, wait.
Harold.
Harold?
I don't know
Oh,
why
he's-
Bill Murray.
He's not going to be in the movie.
It's Ghostbusters.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
He's gonna be in the movie.
Do a CGI version.
Dude, that would be crazy.
How
if they did
disrespectful.
That, yeah. That would not be right, man.
Jesus.
It'd be cool if he was alive though, and he did like a. I don't know why the hell they tried to cancel him the fuck out. Like, why didn't they just have his fucking approval? I mean, because that was the biggest thing. Like, my brother always talked about it. After the second one came out, for so long they talked about a third Ghostbusters.
For
and
like
it was
25
yeah.
years,
My brother
when
was
the internet was created, first thing I searched was Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters car.
So,
Ghostbusters
yeah.
what? And I found like, oh, Dan Aykroyd wants to make a sequel. I'm like, oh my god. So since the beginning of the internet, I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for a fucking sequel.
Yeah.
This is a good point to bring up. Ryan bought a hearse.
Oh, yeah.
To fucking turn it into a Ghostbusters
Yeah,
car.
that's how much I love Ghostbusters. I'm like,
Yeah.
We're going to have an Ecto 1 for this podcast.
But yeah,
One
but,
day.
but when the 360 game came out though, like the game, I remember that's when they were talking like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna make a
Yeah.
new one coming soon with
Uh-huh.
all four
Right, that
originals.
would've been the
And
time.
IMDb, I'm
Well,
pretty
that's a-
sure had the whole like they were gonna.
They did,
and then,
yeah.
and then I guess they just decided to do women instead because it's a
yeah, but
There's nothing wrong with women, you just gotta make a
Dan
good fucking
Aykroyd
movie.
has said.
I love women.
Dan Aykroyd has said basically the game is the official third movie
okay.
because that game takes place in I think it's 3 years after the second movie, so
Okay.
it's like
That is a good way to look at it.
1993 or
What
something.
is
My
a
like
brother
better way
obsessed with that game. He beat on like all the
I love
difficulties,
that
got
game.
all the
It's so much
achievements. I'm pretty
fun.
damn sure.
that. Yeah,
He was upset because he's obsessed with Ghostbusters.
yeah, that is such a fucking fun game.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, I gotta play that game. I used to when I bought that, I play PlayStation because I'm cooler. But I had a big screen TV and I had a computer chair and I would wheel myself up to the TV so all I could see was the TV and I just put on the
Yeah.
big headphones and I would just play. So all I could see was TV.
That's so cool.
All you see in here is Ghostbusters.
Yeah, and people would scare the shit out of me because like my girlfriend at the time would come home and be like, "Hey, I'd be like,
Oh my gosh!
what are you doing? What are you doing? I was in the library and there was laughing children and bloody handprints. Why would you scare me like that?"
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
funny.
it's such a good fucking game.
I know. Actually, I was wondering if I could fix my Xbox because I have it downloaded on there permanently.
Oh yeah,
Mine's a little out of commission at the moment.
yeah. It's like dismantled. But this is the part of the movie where basically the Ghostbusters are back in action, and this is when I was little. This is what I've remembered about Ghostbusters. Like I kind of mixed up Ghostbusters 1 and 2, where there's that point where ghosts just start running wild. Like
Yeah.
the slime starts coming up
Yep.
through the streets and everything, and like I love the woman coming in like with a big fucking stupid
Oh yeah, it's right.
looking
The
white fur coat,
Yeah, no,
and
it
she
starts-
like
yeah.
and walks through the slime,
Yeah,
and then the ferrets or whatever it's
Yeah.
made out of,
yeah,
and they pop up and start trying to attack her,
Yeah.
and she throws off the coat, and the
That
thing
was
just
fucking
fucking
great, yeah.
scampers away.
this old
Yeah,
rich,
it's
rich
amazing.
bitch. Yeah,
Yeah, there's so much cool shit
Yeah,
like
it
that,
was
and
awesome.
like that whole segment is like one of my favorite parts of this movie.
Because it's just like the
so
first. Yeah, it was just like
perfect.
the first one when all of them get out in the city
Yeah.
because the reactor explodes or
Uh-huh,
whatever,
yeah,
and they free all the.
It's so awesome.
Dude, the first one and the second one's
Easily,
great, but the
it's
first
like-
one was amazing.
Yeah.
Was so good. Same with the
Yeah.
second one. The second one's
Second
just
one
as
is
good.
so much
man.
fun, and like the one thing that I understand, like some people think it's a downfall, but in between the first one and the second one, the animated series came out, so that's
okay.
why Janine now has like red hair.
Oh, okay.
She looks like a character from the cartoon.
Yeah.
Like Slimer's in it again, like stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's a little
Slimer's the
more
shit.
fun.
Slimer's fucking great when he's. The first one was
Oh,
fucking priceless. Even the second one,
Yeah,
the little.
I love that he's driving a
Yeah.
bus for no fucking reason.
Exactly.
Yeah, people think that that's kind of like a downfall, that they kind of push it more like kid friendly
Yeah.
and change some things around a little bit to more fit the show. But I love it. Like I grew up watching the show, so of course I fucking love it.
You gotta
But-
get them on Ghostbusters early.
But it's fun. I mean, it still has all the things that make Ghostbusters great. All of this, just everything about it is still the Ghostbusters
Yeah.
in the same universe, the same fun stuff. It's such a good fucking movie.
I'm dropping a patent right now for a Ghostbusters cell phone game where you can go out and catch real ghosts in the street.
That's fucking
Ghostbusters
dope.
go.
Ghostbusters Go.
That would be so
Coming
That would
alive.
be
fucking
badass.
awesome.
That would be so fucking
Well, they
cool.
do all those other means of like these darker games and like if this game was Go, you see a kid running from like a demonic creature.
I did see one for like a Call of Duty style shooter, and they meet up and they have like these shootouts in parks. I think that would be
that'd be
totally
cool.
cool.
You're gonna see so many effing games like that.
I
man.
hope
Just
so,
many
because that
games.
is a wave of the future.
Nintendo stock, because I know I play the stock. I don't do the stock. Went up like 24 points just when that game came out. So if you were just like throwing money in the Nintendo stock, and I remember they were gonna. All right, I'm not talking about Pokemon. Screw that. Let's get back to Ghostbusters.
All right. At this point, Venkman and Dana are on their nice little date, I guess. And the guys end up falling into the river of slime, and when they crawl out, they're fighting with each other. They're slinging slime
Claws
all over.
are out.
Yeah, they're pushing each other and arguing, and then suddenly it's a little goofy, but like they realize like, oh, it's the negative slime. Take off your clothes. Take off all your clothes.
That's right.
And then they take off all the
Take off your clothes. Take off all your clothes.
It's funny because their
great.
underwear is still fucking soaked with slime, but I mean it's kind
I'm
of
kind of like falling in a frozen lake. You
Yeah.
just want to shed the clothing and.
But they
stand
show up at
naked.
the nice
That's
restaurant
right. Yep.
like you
That's
gotta
what Bill
go
Murray.
in.
Yeah. We got it all over us. That's right.
That's
That
so
was great.
funny. And that's where they have that scene with the mayor again. They're trying to
because they're in his
convince him,
pajamas
like,
and
what
Bill
the fuck?
Murray's dressed up.
And he's looking at them like they're crazy,
ruining the whole witty
like,
Bill Murray.
I'm not with these guys.
Yeah, that's what he says. I'm not.
Well, I was gonna say the bathtub scene.
Oh yeah,
that is such a cool scene. I forget where that takes place.
Oh man, it's in her.
It's
her
well, it's her apartment.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
she's getting
Oscar's- yeah, that's
Oscar
right.
ready, taking off his diaper and all that stuff to give him a bath, and the water starts turning to slime.
Yeah.
And then eventually the bathtub tries to eat her.
That's right,
And
yeah.
that's when she ends up leaving. When she
effect.
shows up at Venkman's.
That's right, and he stays
his
there.
apartment
Yeah,
and
and
ends
they
up
stay
staying
there.
there.
That's right.
Yeah, and like kind of rekindles their relationship.
Yeah,
which is
and
pretty
then
cool.
and then that they keep going in there. That's how they test the slime on the
Yeah,
fucking what's
yeah.
it called? Yeah.
I love this scene where they took those photos at the museum.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that painting is fucking beautiful too.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
it's
like
so
they paint
cool.
they painted that for the fucking movie. Like that was
Yeah.
fucking
I may
sick.
have to paint
Vigo,
a version
the
of
guy.
that.
Yeah, seriously.
The guy who plays Vigo, he was this crazy Russian wrestler.
He looks like one. He's
Yeah,
intimidating looking.
but he came to America and he basically he was a actor. He was in Die Hard. He's one of the he's one of the henchmen.
Is
in that.
is
He
wait
gets
the
fucking-
is it the Die Hard one or I thought it was the
Die Hard
Vengeance?
1?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought,
it's- He's in Die Hard 1.
Oh, I know who you're talking about now, yeah.
And I think he's like in it for a little bit, but he gets fucking blown up or whatever.
Do you met him at like the Comic Cons and like the or the movie?
I
shit?
met Winston.
Winston.
He was
Winston,
fucking
yeah.
awesome.
All right, so basically, after her baby is kidnapped, Dana Barrett takes the drunk bus to the museum. She
Well, I was
says,
gonna
"Give
say-
me back my baby."
I love it. After the Ghostbusters, the Ghostbusters are taken away. They're with the mayor, and the mayor's dickhead assistant has them
Dickhead.
condemned.
Dickhead. Sorry, go ahead.
You're nothing but a dickhead.
You dickhead. All right, go.
Which we didn't really talk about too much, but just Janine like relentlessly hitting on Lewis Tully and brings him on her babysitting adventure, I guess. I don't know. But I love when they show up, the lights are off, and they're just hardcore making out on the couch. And Lewis Tully has lipstick on his face.
We weren't doing anything.
That's when the baby gets kidnapped with that super creepy, like the glowing eyes.
Yeah. Oh man.
And the weird German guy, and that I don't know why he's in that weird like Mary Poppins outfit with a carriage.
Well,
he's
probably
probably possessed. Yeah. He's,
Yeah.
If you're going after a child, you want to
You gotta look like a child
child-friendly.
rape.
Yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
look child molesty like that.
So if you're gonna go after a child, you want to dress up like a Pikachu.
Yeah.
But of
Get
course
out
he
there. Get in the Pokeball, little baby.
yeah, he's trying to kidnap the baby because Vigo, I guess he wants a new body
needs to
for
be
the new
reborn.
century.
Yeah.
And he wants Dana to be the mother of the coming of whatever.
Vigo.
So when it takes the baby, she automatically just runs to her baby. She fell into the trap.
Yeah, she
She
knows.
rides her bike over to
yeah,
the
she
museum.
falls in the trap.
Yeah.
I'm here. Where's my baby?
Get away from her, you bitch!
Yeah.
Oh, but this is another great sequence where Cheech is a dock worker. Do you guys
Right,
remember this?
yeah, Cheech makes
They have all
guest
these all
appearance.
these stuff happens. All the ghosts are going crazy.
Right, it's like it's the goose
and everything.
coming from the sewers.
Yeah, and one of the best jokes is Cheech and another dock worker. Somebody says that the Titanic
Oh
arrived.
yeah, that's right. I totally
And there's a
that's
shot
right.
of Cheech Marin like,
Huh?
better late than never.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that scene, man. I forgot the Titanic.
But that's
makes
great,
it-
and it's so awesome because you see all the there's like
yeah,
a
the
line
the
of
dead are
people,
coming
like,
out.
dead,
Yeah,
like,
the dead are walking out
hall.
of
It's
the. Yeah,
pretty
that was
fucking
awesome.
Great
That was
visual.
cool.
Sets a barometer for madness.
Yeah.
And shockingly, this is a foreshadow for James Cameron's inspiration of Titanic. He saw that. He's like, I got to
He
make a movie.
stole that scene.
Yeah, 100%. He had to go visit the actual grave of the Titanic, finds it, and then he makes a movie of it.
That bastard.
Son of a bitch.
But
So anyways, yeah.
they suit up and they get ready to bust some heads.
Yeah.
And that's when the
Bust a
the
big head.
museum is just covered in bubble gum. That
Big
pink
old
goo.
bubblegum bubble.
And I've watched this recently, like trying to figure out. Some people don't like this movie. Like some people absolutely hate this movie, which I don't understand because it's
Yeah, it's insane
fucking
to me.
awesome and it's fun. But I think this is kind of where the movie goes off the rails a little bit because they show up and they can't penetrate
The pink.
slime.
The pink cum, yeah.
Yeah, I think
This is
really,
where I don't
think-
see how does it fall flat because that is epic as shit.
But that's the problem. I
That's
think
fucking awesome.
That is an awesome scene.
Yeah.
They're like ready
That's
to
amazing,
go.
yeah.
They're there, ready to battle, and then they're like, "Oh fuck, that didn't work." Back to the drawing board, and they drive all the way to the Empire State. Hey, here comes the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
But they go all the way back to the Statue of Liberty. They make it out. How the fuck they got there in the middle of the night? But whatever, it doesn't
How
matter.
the fuck
Well,
they
I mean,
got there in
that's
the
the
middle of
thing
night.
for me, though.
It's
As a
beyond me.
sequel, you can't have them rush in, defeat the bad guy,
Yeah, they had to have
save
some,
the girl, save the baby, roll credits.
It's gotta be
I
roadblock,
like that
roadblock,
it's got
roadblock,
another level.
Yeah.
And to actually animate the Statue of Liberty, that's an epic
Well,
Dude,
deal.
that's
I
great
like
stop motion
like
when it
that, but
crushes
just
the fucking
Yeah.
the
police car and
just
shit.
the editing of that. I don't know what it is like. It's just like this lull where I mean, I wish they kind of just went straight for the Statue of Liberty because
Yeah,
I do
it's- yeah,
love
you're right.
the visual. They have that giant Nintendo pad, and you can see it's a woman in like
Yeah.
this costume, and, like a miniature
Yeah.
set and everything, and she's just crushing
they did a
police
damn
cars.
good job.
I love.
Well, it's
like,
funny because it
shots
looks like
that are
normal
beautiful.
police car, and then when it steps on, it's like, oh, you can tell it's a shit. But
Yeah.
still, it's such a fucking
it's so
great
cool.
job what they did with what they had.
I'm trying to think of how many actual pieces of media show the Statue of Liberty as a living, breathing
Yeah.
character. And the one
old
that comes to mind is I'm just a Bill, just a stupid old Bill, trying to get up on that motherfucking pussy.
Quote unquote. That's the exact lyrics of that song. Yeah.
Referring to Clinton, of course, the
Yes.
administration that changed America.
Oh man, it's good.
Yeah, but I really do love that part. I love even though it makes no fucking sense.
Yeah.
Spraying slime in there and playing insert whatever that song is.
Oh, yeah.
Every time I hear that song, I think of this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, years
Death to
later.
Smoochie.
Yeah, Death to Smoochie ends with that song, and I can only think of Ghostbusters 2. But it makes no sense that would work in any possible way. But I honestly think that if they figured out a way to do it without having that lull, because there's like a 10-minute thing where they're
I get what
setting
you're
all this
saying.
up,
Yeah.
and then they're like slowly walking across the bay.
Yeah.
Can you have her walk on her tippy toes? It's
Maybe
just-
they had stuff to set up with Dana without because I'm
yeah, they
imagining
do cut
him
back
in the
and
drawing
forth.
room.
Yeah.
And in the drawing room, you have, I was going to say Bela Lugosi. What the fuck is
Yeah.
that short geek's name?
Ed
don't
Wood,
know.
love
Love
you.
you.
Oh my God.
So
Ed
God-
Wood is I feel like a cult classic. We
Pull
should
the
maybe.
strings. Pull the strings.
We should do Ed Wood for
We
one of
should.
those. That's like a cult
I actually-
classic that Tim Burton that people don't know
Yeah.
that.
We
But-
should-
Rick
we should-
Moranis
yeah.
is coming in, right? And you
Oh, I
have
do love that.
Dana
That's
Barrett.
so much fun.
I mean,
yeah.
there's all these elements coming together
Yeah.
that you have time. So it's kind of nice to have a cutaway of what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of puddling through. But I thought that was a great idea. And then the Statue of Liberty busting through and they
Yeah.
rappel down on the fucking
Yeah,
boat.
that's
like
really
SWAT,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah. It's just funny that they walked that thing all the way up there just to have her like lift her torch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, obviously the mood of the
No, I know,
arena
yeah.
changed. It was an essential point.
Yeah.
So now we're in the whole.
Yeah,
okay.
we're at the end.
Yeah.
They're in the museum. Dana Barrett is being
The German guy's peeing on her while Vigo is shitting on her chest.
Yeah. They get,
You
yeah,
will be my mother.
that's the only. That's
Smell
the only,
the shit.
Yeah.
Smell it.
That's probably why they didn't get signed on to do the third one. You know, that's a terrible.
Oh God, what were you eating?
But we're in the museum at the end. Dana Barrett has been captured. The baby is up on the altar.
Yeah.
And that crazy German guy
Comes out as a painting.
Yeah.
This was a cool effect too, because I like that it was just him in his costume, and he's walking across, but they have it in like a
weird blur version,
a fade
vision thing.
Yeah, like kind of.
It's kind of cool.
It's like three, and it comes into one.
Like an acid trip, and I hate to keep bringing this up. That was a nice effect for a ghost.
But he's trying to take over the baby's body as the Ghostbusters roll up with their slime packs and their proton packs.
Yeah.
And
all the type of packs try to take down this big bad guy.
Cigarette packs. And actually, I think they
Yeah.
don't even smoke in this one. They smoke endlessly in the first one.
That's funny.
But they
That's a
don't
good
smoke
call.
in the second one.
Okay, now this is a good point before we close out on the ending here. Ghostbusters, the original. I want to tell you guys at home listening, if you ever want to get your dick sucked, bring a girl over and say, we're going to watch a fucking awesome movie. And you put Ghostbusters on. Something about the movie, she'll start sucking your dick 3/4 of the way through it. She does not want to finish watching it. She would rather suck your dick. This goes for
No
anyone.
woman wants to do it.
I'm telling you. It has
never
never
failed.
not worked. This is why Ryan watches it so much.
Yeah.
Fucking, I've walked in on him watching Ghostbusters by himself, sucking his own dick.
That's pretty damn good.
It's painful, but it feels so good.
It's so worth it, though. But I think this movie is more of a family-friendly version. The first one definitely had a lot more adult content.
Got me into
You
smoking.
have sex. Yeah, but you
Got
have
me into
sex,
sex
you have
and
smoking,
smoking.
you have, there's Dan Aykroyd getting a blowjob.
Is he
Oh,
really?
yeah,
I
the
don't
ghost-
remember that.
ghost
Oh
blowjob
yeah,
in
that's
the
right.
first one.
I totally
Yeah.
forgot about
Fucking
that.
A. So I mean, yeah, the second one was just more of a lighthearted, feel-good film, and
Yeah,
there's
but it still
just
has
these
all
moments
the
that power
elements that the original Ghostbusters have.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that really annoyed me about the end, I mean, I think it's a little bit of a lackluster ending, like I said. Like, just, I don't know, it could have been done better. But up to that point, it's amazing. But the one thing that fucking annoyed me for years was Louis Tully is outside with his goofy, big earmuffs on, and he's shooting the slime just by himself as the Ghostbusters are kicking ass inside.
That is true, yeah.
And, like, people start, like, patting him on the back and everything, like, cheering him on. I'm like, he's not fucking doing anything. At least he's not... He is literally just taking credit for the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And it used to drive me crazy. Like, what the fuck? I didn't realize it's supposed to be, like, funny or dumb.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing I think about that is, like, he is the mascot outside to what the Ghostbusters are doing inside, so at least they have a face to put with
I get that.
the company.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, they still know who's fucking doing the legwork.
Yeah.
Even though they think it's this one goon, they appreciate that one guy saved the day, and I mean, it's more like everybody's drunk, like, let's go to the pink bubble.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's New Year's, so everyone's drunk as shit.
Yeah.
But that's the one defining thing for me. At least everyone knows that the Ghostbusters fixed whatever was going bad.
Yeah.
What I thought was great too is when they first start shooting the shit out of him, and then he just zaps all the fucking shit back to him. So this is like the final battle.
Yeah, he sends them flying.
And then then Bill Murray starts mouthing off, talking his shit like Bill Murray do. And he just fucking, and then he just starts zapping him. Oh,
they
I
slime
remember now.
Vigo.
Yeah, that's right.
And the positive energy,
Yeah,
all
that's
the people
right.
singing outside.
Yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that. Well, that's a little gaily corny.
It's a little,
but still,
you know.
It's a feel-good film.
Yeah, it is. They appealed to more, like you said, it was more like childlike. They appealed
I mean,
to
I really think that's the only part that isn't
Still great, I
perfect.
loved
but
it,
the
but still.
the rest of the movie, I mean, 90% of this movie is so fucking fun.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Would you guys recommend this movie?
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
I would recommend. I'd say you have to see the first one, and then you have to see the second one.
Yeah.
I would do back-to-back movies right away. I think those movies are the shit.
Oh yeah.
I would say watch the second one more than you would watch the first one, because save that first one for when you want a blowjob. You don't want to wear out the
really all the-
magic.
Yeah.
You don't want to wear out the magic.
And if you like Ghostbusters, I would absolutely recommend Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah.
It isn't as good, but you can't
it's
beat
good.
the original Ghostbusters.
No.
It is probably one of the best films ever made. But I would definitely recommend this. It's fun to watch. It has its flaws. It has things I would change about it, but it is so much fucking fun.
It's a damn good sequel.
The special effects in it are so good. Like, I love the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
The shots of her are so convincing. The miniatures look so
Yeah,
great.
You think that.
Just the ghosts look amazing. Like, I think I actually like the ghosts in the second one more than the first one. Like I said, the mink coat that comes alive and all this other shit. It's just a lot of fun. It has great visuals.
It's so original. That's the whole aspect. Like, that's what makes the movie great too. Both films, they're both fucking original. They're funny. Bill Murray's the dude, and the rest of the cast is great.
Yeah.
Like, Bill Murray doesn't
everything
carry the whole
except
movie.
the name,
Yeah.
which they stole from the other fucking show.
Yeah.
But I think
it's just
it
a
was
fun
funny.
adventure.
Wasn't the original working title Ghost Smasher?
Yeah.
Ghost
been-
Smashers?
That would have
Smashers.
been good.
And then Harold Ramis actually switched it back to Ghostbusters.
That's good.
Or switched
Smart
it to
move.
Ghostbusters.
Rest in peace. R.I.P.
I think it's cool. Like, you took somebody else's name, but you totally made a big mark.
Yeah.
More than anything else could.
No, definitely.
I think this is a fun adventure in the same universe, the same characters, and it's, what you love about the first movie.
Yeah.
Just done over again.
But like, with a different story, it's done.
Yeah,
they
it's
did
fucking
a good
great.
fucking job. They did a great job.
All right, so would you guys change anything?
Wow, that's a good question.
I know Ryan would change the ending.
really,
You'd
like I said,
probably
I would
cut out
just
a lot.
change. I would change the ending. I'm not exactly sure what I would do, but I would definitely up the ante a little bit, make it a little smoother. But I love so many elements of the end. I just think they need to be reworked a little bit.
Yeah.
How about you, JB?
More Janine, that's what I.
Yeah.
I love
Honestly,
Janine.
they should have did rated R, and they
I
should
had
have
such
showed
a huge
boob.
crush on her.
I think I still have a crush on her. Yeah.
I mean,
Big
yeah.
crush, big boner.
I know.
crush
I'm going
on
to
her.
Google what she looks like in 2016 when
She's.
we're done.
I did see. I tried to. I was like, she just doesn't. She's not that. She's older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
she's one of
yeah.
those actresses that didn't really. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. She didn't go like the plastic surgery, the
No, not
Botox
at
way.
all, yeah.
She let nature take its course.
Yeah, so she's like, I love back in the movies. Yeah,
That's all, folks.
You know, he's very good looking, but his tongue sticks to the roof of his mouth. It's crazy.
But yeah, great. She's fucking adorable, strong woman. But yeah, so having said that, I don't know what I'd change. I just like them both. I couldn't change shit about those movies.
Yeah, the second one I would leave well enough alone. I thought that for the kids to be introduced to Ghostbusters, this is a good feature length
Oh yeah,
film.
definitely.
Oh yeah.
As
second
well as
one.
cartoons and other media, Extreme Ghostbusters and the video game.
But
You
yeah,
know?
I agree with. See, but I feel like they gotta watch the first one, else you don't really. I mean, you could watch the second one without watching the first one, but you'd be like, well, what happened
Yeah,
5 years ago?
I know my kids being
Yeah.
10 and under.
Yeah.
I think that the first one, there's too much.
I
You know?
gotcha.
Maybe when they're
Yeah.
12 and 14.
Yeah.
See, I don't have that mentality because my parents just sat me in front of a TV and watched whatever you want. My brother's like, you gotta watch Ghostbusters. We gotta watch Batman 1. Tim Burton. All right, cool.
yeah.
I was like,
Whatever
this
you want, buddy.
this is awesome.
That's
This is great.
We would have a
Jurassic Park. Yeah.
rotation. Would be
Judge
Addams
Dredd.
Family, Batman or Batman Returns,
George of the Jungle.
Back to the Future, and Ghostbusters.
Back to the Future was.
That was like,
See,
Do you
mine
remember
was-
Super Chicken?
yeah.
Did you ever see the movie?
Drinking Sam's.
Did
you see the movie? What was it? The Steven
was trying to figure out
Spielberg
what the fuck
produced
that is.
it. It was the dinosaurs go back in the future and they roam New York. They talk. They're talking dinosaurs.
Oh,
I forget-
we're back.
Yeah, we're
back.
Used to watch the shit out of that one. Used to watch.
I have that on VHS. I've never seen it. Well, I saw it when I was tiny.
I wanna
It's on
rewatch
Netflix.
It is on
I-
Netflix.
The
wanna
other
rewatch
one,
it 'cause
though,
it looks
is
fun.
the small... I don't know.
Prehistoria.
Prehistoria. Thank you,
Yeah.
guy.
I
Fella.
understand. God,
That movie has so many fucking sequels too.
Oh, yeah.
I have it on. I have one or two of them on VHS. We should watch those.
I remember the first
Okay.
time I saw
'Cause
that, it
we
blew
would-
my mind. That was the first time I
Oh
really
my
fell
God,
in love
yeah.
with dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Prehistoria.
I don't even remember that.
It's some fucking
I'm a
kid.
huge dinosaur fan. I liked
Um,
them. Like Jurassic Park.
It's a kid, and I forget how, but he ends up with
These were
mini
little
dinosaurs.
dinosaurs.
Yeah.
They're like mini, and he like keeps them in a backpack, and they're like,
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
I
There's
will
nothing.
stab you in the neck like I did to that Triceratops.
There's nothing in my bag.
in the backpack?
The other one's covered in
Bad
shit.
T-Rex. Bad T-Rex. But we
He's
gotta
biting
watch
me.
those. I mean, we used to rent them, and there was like 7 of them. So we were like, oh, we got 1 and 2.
Here's another
Next
idea.
week we're gonna get 3. And the next week, we just watched all of them, and they probably were fucking terrible, and we had no idea.
Redo Prehistoria, but as a horror movie.
No!
We're coming to you from our secret, undisclosed location, our
Secret
podcast.
bunker.
Thank you guys for hanging with us today. Please remember to like and subscribe, to follow, to share. But we can't thank you
All
enough for
those
spending
fun
your
things.
time.
Yeah, we've getting a lot of great reviews and a lot of great feedback. And I just want to say thank you for your support. And it's so awesome hearing that you guys actually like this. We just love having fun doing this, and I don't care if nobody ever listens to it. We have a
I
great
do
time
care.
doing it.
I care a
honestly,
lot.
I have a blast doing this.
Well,
yeah.
Pat cares. So, like us on Facebook,
And don't
subscribe
disappoint.
on iTunes. We are also on SoundCloud and YouTube. So check us out. It's all just whatever /Video Rewind Podcast or Facebook.com/Video Rewind Podcast.
All
We're
2
getting
people
a
that
lot
listen, we
of-
love you, or whoever listens, even if you're just one person. If
In
you
your
hate it,
5
keep it to
star-
your fucking self. We
Yeah,
don't wanna
keep
hear-
your
just don't-
goddamn mouth shut.
Yeah.
We don't need your kind of opinions
Yeah,
here.
thank you,
Your
Ryan.
negativity.
Because we'll sick our vicious dog.
Bring
on you.
it on!
We have the- yeah, that dog's vicious, man. Bites your ankle. Who's my junkyard dog?
But leave a 5-star review on iTunes. It helps us out a lot.
Yeah.
And put some of your favorite movies that you'd like to hear us cover in the review, and we'll add them to our list. Hopefully, we'll do
And
a couple
100%
episodes.
Yeah,
of
we
those.
100% will do them.
Absolutely.
Try to shock us and throw a curveball when we don't know the
Yeah,
movie,
we'd love
because
to
we have
hear-
3 people with a vast knowledge of film. So
some stuff we haven't seen, or some rarer things. Hopefully, we'll be getting into those soon.
yeah,
More horror and exploitation
yeah.
coming up very soon.
Soon.
Send your dick pics to my brother.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want that. I mean,
I don't
I
know if I
appreciate
want
nude
that.
photos, but those are not my kind of variety.
Tuck it.
Talking. That's his favorite.
That's a good
Video
one.
Rewind
Buffalo
Podcast.
Bill it. Buffalo
Yeah.
Bill it.
Gmail.
Shit. Would you fuck me? I fuck me.
Fuck me.
Dude, how about that? Hold on. How about that meme
fuck
where it
me
goes,
so hard.
I have, it's a picture of Buffalo Bill. I have Pokemon in the basement. Dude, it's such a. I was screaming at that meme. Anyways.
wait,
Yeah.
you're a great big
He's like, yeah,
person.
oh yeah, oh sure, there's Pokemon in my basement. Come on downstairs. Yeah, it's
my
fucking
God.
going. Anyways,
Also, I wanted to say thank you again to Matt McClanahan
yeah, thank you.
and
man.
Corey Pace,
Thank you, Corey.
Of Rotac.
the geniuses behind Rotac,
Rotak,
who
That's how you
provided our
properly say it.
they provided our theme song, which will lead us out now.
That's ROWTAC, Rotac.
Have a great weekend.
All right, thank you guys. See ya.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
We will see you next time on the Video Rewind Podcast.
In our disclosed bunker.
We watch films so you don't have to.
me, little man?
Turning evil by the final hour. He'll fill your soul with the darkest power. You try to run and you try to hide, but the demon stone will have you tonight. Watch out.
We watch fan films. Fuck me.
Alright.
Oh shit.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
Christ and fuck me. Okay. Alright.
Alright. 3, 2, 1. Sex
I can
noise.
finally do that because I have hairy chest now.
I'll blow it your way. You can receive my chest stuff. And, give
I
me
was
okay.
I was so disappointed when I was like a teenager. I wanted, since I was like 13, I'm like, I'm gonna get this big ass eagle on my chest. And then I was like, okay, I'm starting to get chest hair. I can still get an eagle. And now I'm like, I got man chest hair. I'm like, I can't get a fucking eagle. And then the worst is like, my chest hair is only like,
eagle.
it's not like
That is
insane.
not a bald eagle.
But I'm like, son of a bitch, this is enough where I'd be like, I'm gonna get a hairy eagle.
That's funny.
But fuck that.
Excuse me.
Okay.
All right.
Hold on. Well, what I can do, we'll just record good films. Okay, moving on.
Right.
No, I was gonna say we can just
We watch good films, so you we recommend good films. I don't know. We watch.
Could you imagine editing that in? We watch good films, so you don't have to. Oh, what the fuck?
All right. So I was gonna say, what we can do is just do one where it's we watch bad films, so you don't have to, and one where it's just we watch films, so you don't have to, and then just put them in the book.
We watch good films, so watch them.
So we'll have them as
So
just
watch
like
them
reference.
also.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Do
right.
films first.
All right. 3, 2, 1.